Hello and welcome to day 23 of this shift taking application. So in our last video we looked at how we can be able to add these shifts. So if you look here, you can be able to see we have this implementation that we did here. There we used React Select, whereby we can be able to select by searching, and also we can be able to use options here also to select from location, which is address. And also we have other things like assign shift here, and also how to select the client here from our database. And also we can be able to search using this input here, and also select package from React. So today I want us first of all to push the code as we are doing in every video. So here we can navigate here to this folder that contains our code. So I want us first of all to clear, and then here if I do git branch here, you can be able to see all the branches that we have. Right now we are in a branch that is called integration, because we are integrating our admin dashboard with our backend. So what I'll do is that I'm going to do git add and then everything. So here you can be able to see this command here. So also I want to comment, so I'm going to comment by using git commit and then -m for that option. So I'm going to add this. I have added add shift and also announcements. So and announcements here, that, and then let us now push. So I'm going to do git push and then origin, but right now because we are in this branch that is called integration, I'm going to push in this branch that is called integration. So this is git push origin and then integration here. So let us push our code, and then also we are going to do pull requests from our GitHub. So let me add my passphrase like that. So let us navigate also to our GitHub now. So I'm navigating to my GitHub here. So I'm going to repos. So let me show you the repo that we are pushing to. So let it load, and then here you have this one that we are calling YouTube shift taking application. So I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to be able to see this here, this notification saying compare and pull request. So I'm going to compare and also pull request here. Remember, we have our main branch that is called master, and also we have other branches that we are creating as we go. So any branch represent what we are doing at that given video. So I'm going to create pull request here. So let us do create pull request, then it will be checking for compatibility, and also it will be able to merge. So I'm going to confirm merge here, and right now, because already you have seen in other video, I'm going to insight here, and then under insight you can go to network and see the graph. So I'm not going to go that direction because already we have done that. So I'm going to continue. So today I want us to look at how we can also be able to add stuff here, and also our clients here. So if we check here into our stuff here, the other thing that I need you for now to just do in our code is to change somewhere here in our user. So if you check here in our user, you need to change this to from new to new user to new stuff here, so that we'll be able to be on the same page. So after that also we'll come here, and also we'll be adding new client, and also the path for new client will be able to add the component to add a new client. So right now let me now navigate back to my code here, and you can see here now we have new stuff page here, and you can see we have this new user, and we have username, full name, email, and then password here. Of course we are going to remove the password here because I want the system to generate the password automatically before it's saved to database. Also you can see here you can be able to add phone and then addresses here, and then from here now you can see we can be able to also select the gender, if it is a male, female, or others. And then also here we need to have active, but active right now it is not working. because any user will be added to database also will be active. So, and then you have this button for creation. So if we check here in the other application that we did from our demonstration, and then we go to, let us go to new stuff here, you can be able to see we don't have password input, but also we have this input that is choose files, and this whereby we'll be able to upload our stuff with the documents including things like contract and things like that. So let me go back, and here I'm going to remove this for password. So let me navigate to this part here. So I'm going to navigate to new user. So let me close all these codes here, and then we'll concentrate with just this one file here that we are calling new user. And new user is under folder that is called pages. So I'm going to close other codes, and then let me navigate here to new user. And then in new user here, let me first of all remove this here, that the password field here. So let me cut it from there, and then I'll be adding another field that is for document. So in here I'm going to paste this one, but this time I'm going to call this staffs documents. So staffs documents, so staff documents like that. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change here to files or to file. Let me add here file, and because I want this also to be able to select multiple files, what I'll do is that I will add here multiple like that, and then let's see how it looks. So here, if I add this multiple here, I'll be able to select multiple files, so that if you have several contracts or you have maybe different documents that you want to upload together, you can select them at the same time. So here also in a placeholder here, I'm going to change. So here I can just remove this placeholder here. So let me remove it, and here also we are going to add several stuffs later on. So let me check here in my code if it has already updated. So you can see here also we have this choose files here. So from here, if we click on this, we can be able to select any files from our computer. So let me try and reload first of all, so that we can be able now to select this file from computer. So if I come here and just click multiple files here, you can be able to see that we can select multiple files, and you can see here we have selected 4 files, and right now we have not restricted the files that we want, but we can just restrict files that we want. Maybe we want to upload like PDF documents only, we can do that. And also if we want to just upload like images files only, also we can do that. So here you can see we have staff documents. So what we'll do is now also we are going to add another page that we are calling client, because if you check here, you can be able to see we don't have a page to add clients, and it will be the same as the one for the staff, but it will have other fields like NDS number and other things like plan start date, and then plan start or the plan end date, because we need to add also the time that we are starting to take contract with our client and the time that they will be terminating their contract. So let me go here into my code. So I'm going to create here in pages, I'm going to create another folder, and this one I'm going to call it now new client like that. And in here I'm going also to just create another file. This one I'm going to call it new client dot JSX, and then here also I'm going to create a CSS file for it. So this one is new client, so this one will be new client here dot CSS like that. So what I'll do is that I'm going to copy new user because it is the same, and we'll be able to change some things from there, because also for when we are adding the client, we are not going to add things like password. So I'm going to copy everything from here like that, copy, and then I'm going to paste it in this new client here. Let me paste it like that. And also here I'm going now to change. For example, I'm going to remove this import new users and CSS, and also I'm going to change this now to new client like this one here. And then here, if I save this, I can be able now to add this into app.js here. So I'm going also to change here to new client like that, and then here we'll have other fields now like username, full name, email, and then phone number, address, gender. Also we are going to have other fields that we are going to add here. So for now, let me go back into this part here that we are calling the client page here, and for example, let me also come here into app.js, and then what I'll do is that under this or below this new user, because you can see here we have these routes here. For example, new product, we have new user here. I'm going to copy this new user path here, and I'm going to paste it down here, but now here I'm going to change to new client like that, and also I'm going to change this page here to new client. So here you can be able to see the auto completion, and I'm going to import that. Let's confirm if we have imported it. So right here you can see we have this route that we are calling new client and also new stuff. So if we come here, you can be able to see that we have imported it. So I'm going to navigate also to this client page here, and in this part here I'm going to change this from new user to new client, so that we are going to navigate to new user when we click this create, so under this client page here. So let me save that, and if we go back now, and here, because you can see here we have this client, let us reload our application. So if we do this and then click this create, you can be able to see now we have new client here, and we have all these fields here. So we need to change or to add other fields. So for example, let's go back to this application that we are using to create this, or this one that we used in our demonstration or the complete project. So here, if I go to clients and then new clients here, you can see we need to add other fields like plan start date here and plan end date here. So I'm going to do that. So let me first of all come here, and then I'll change this. So let me remove this from here because I don't want us also to have a lot of code opened here. So I'm going also to close that app.js, and in here in a new client I'm going to add these fields. So under this, after the addresses here, I'm going to copy this and then paste down here. Let me see which field is this that we are going to start. We are going to we are going to add plan start date. So this one is plan start date here. So plan start and then date here. Also I'm going to add another one here. This one is plan end date. So plan end date like that. And let me see another field that we are going to add. We are going to add this one that we are calling this NDIS number. So this is a number that we are going to give to our clients. So here I'm going to add another field here, and this one will be NDIS number. So this one will be NDIS number here. So this is NDIS number, and also we are going to have another field here. This field is called the OB, or date of birth. So this is DOB. We are going to have DOB here. So DOB, and we can call it also, we can have another text area. So let's look for another text area here, or let's add text area. So this is text area here, and this text area also need to have a label, or let us add this under this part here, or a div that is called new user item. Here we are going to have a notes, or this one also we need to add notes for our client, so that we be able to know the maybe something about the client. So this is text area here. So let me check here also. So this one will be note or notes, and then we have active here. So I want us to confirm here if we have all the fields. So what I also am going to do is that I'm going to change this placeholder here, because you can see this one for date here is for addresses. It has a placeholder that indicates address. So here I'm going to maybe add here like 25, and then April 2022 until maybe something like, maybe let me add 25 also, and then April 2028 here. And also I'm going to also change here NDIS placeholder. So this one we are going to add like random numbers like that. And also I'm going to change here for DOB. Also this is date. So placeholder here we can use something like maybe 30, or maybe we can use like 03, and then something like 11, and then 1964 something, or 1965 something of the sort. So that is it. I want us to check how it looks now. So you can see we have all these fields that we have added here. I think now we have this one also, we can change to client stuff documents, so that it communicates effectively. So this is clients documents here like that. So that is it, and you have clients document here. So we check here also, you can be able to see we don't have like email in our client. So let us remove input for email here. So let me remove this here. So this is email. Let us look for this part here, email. And then the other thing also, I want to change the placeholder for text area here. So this is here. Let me check for text area. This one here, I want to change the placeholder here. So this placeholder we are going to add like maybe something like 78 old man living with maybe eyesight disability here like that. And then also I can be able to save this, and if we check now, we'll be able to see we have another like 78 old living with eyesight disability. This is just a text area and a placeholder to show us what we need to add in this text area. So also I need to make it just bigger. So I'm going to change here like these rows and columns. So let me add here, because in text area we can add these rows. You can be able to see here auto completion. So I'm going to add to 330, and also columns that we are calling calls here. For we can have 30 also, or maybe we can have rows to be something like maybe 40, and then columns will be 30. So let me save this, and then let us check. So if it reload, it is very big. So let us change here. So this one we can change to something like, I think 15. So let us change this to be 15, these columns here to be 15, and then 15 here also, or 10. I think this will be okay. So if we do this, we'll be able to see now we have a sizable text area where we can be able to add like the description here. So if I reload this, so if I reload here, you'll be able to see now we have notes. So I'm going back to staffs here, and if we navigate back to this add to create here, we can be able now to collect the information that we'll be typing in this input and then save it to our database. So let's go back into new user here, and then let's just look at how we can be able to correct the information. And remember now we are going also to correct even the documents. So I'm going to do something different here. So for example, I'm going to create another function that is called handle click, and this one will be just an arrow function. In this arrow function here, we are going to first of all start by generating like a password, and because I had already a code here, I don't want us to type everything, so I'm going to do the E and then prevent default here to make sure that, because when we be clicking a button here, I don't want us to just reload by default. So I'm going to do e.prevent default here. And the other thing is that we need to have this functionality here for creating our password. So here you can see this functionality. So I'm going to just paste it here because I'm not going to create everything from scratch, because you can see here this will make this video to be very long, and also I want us to format this code here. So this is handle click, and you can see here the first thing that we are creating is const lowercase. So I create all lower cases here from A to Z, and also we have const uppercase here where we have all capital letters from A to Z, and here we have numerics characters like from 0 to 9, and also we have all special characters here. You can be able to see these special characters here, and this is to make sure that we are creating a very strong password. So also you can see we have all characters. When we combine lowercase characters, uppercase characters, and numeric characters plus special characters, our password length will be 12. And then you can see here we have like this one here, like this variable that we are calling password, and then we can loop through this here. You can see we are looping through this random index here, or we are creating this random index variable, and then we are going to create from all these characters length, and we are also going to create password from these upper cases, lower cases, numericals, and also the special characters here, and then we are going to save them in this what we are calling password here. So let us look at the other thing that also we are going to do now. So also we are going to create something that we are calling staff ID. So I'm going to just copy this also. So I'm going to copy this, and this one will create us the staff ID. So this here I'm going to paste down here also, and this we are going to call it order ID here, but we can call it even staff ID if I want. So I can change here to staff ID. So this one also I can change here to staff ID like that. And now I want us to also make sure that we have added this handle click here in our button. So here I want to use an event on click. So I'm going to check this, or I'm going to use this on click, and here I'm going to add handle click here. And when you click this button, you'll be able to add the user to our database. From now, the other thing that I need to do is to correct the information. So what I'll do is that I'm going to import use state. So I'm going to import use state from React like that, and then I'm going also to copy this part of the code here, because this is just a code or just variables to which we'll be using to collect our information from our input. So I'm going to paste it down here, and then from here now what I can do is just to use them to get the information from now our username here. And to do that, it will be very simple. Since we have a username variable here, you can see we're going to use set username, and then we'll be able to collect information from this input. So also for full name, for email, for phone number, for address, and for gender also, that's what we are going to do. So here I'm going to use event that we are calling on change. So on change here we can get event that is E, and then from here I can use set username like that, and then from here I can just take it from target dot value like that. So this one here, and now because we are going to use this on change and it's the same process also, I'm going to copy all of this code and then I'm going to paste it here. For example, for full name here, I'm going to paste it down here like that, and I'm going to change this now to full name, set full name. So this is set full name. You can be able to see the auto completion here. So the other thing that also we are going to correct is email here. So we have email, and this email also will have a variable here, and we are correcting it from set email here like that. The other thing that we are going to correct is phone number. So we have the variable for phone, and then here this one we are calling it email, and then set email here. So the other thing is address. We are going to correct using set address. So this is set address here like that. So I can be able to see we have this set address. This has been misspelled, so I'm going to remove one R here and then add D, and then here I'm going also to change up here. This one is add set address, so let me remove R here and then I'm going to add D like that. So we have not use set phone, so let me see by phone here. So I'm going to change here to set phone. I forgot to change this, so set phone here. The other thing here is email. So what else do we want to change here is the gender. So we are going to also to change here gender. So I'm going to paste this here, and this one will be gender, set gender, set gender. You can see it here. Also for this one, this is for male, and here I'm going also to change for female and for others. So here is set gender also, so set gender like that, and then for others here also we are going to do that. So let me do set gender here. So also we are going to connect these files, so I'm going to paste this here, and here now we are going to use set files, or let me add here this set file, and then here we can use e.target, but right now I'm going to use e.target and then files here. So this is, we are going to get all the files here, and if we were selecting one files, we would have added this here, this curly braces or this square braces, and then here we select the first element, which is 0 index. So because right now we are taking like multiple files, we are going to add the files here, and then I don't think we are going to add here any other thing here like this input here. from now this active, because every user that we are going to add in our database will be active. So now we have this password here, and also we have ID. So the other thing that we need to do is now we are going to use form data, and this is because we are going also to get this information and then combine it with the files. So I'm going to go back into my code, and now I'm going to take this form data here. First of all, let me take here, from here, const form data, where we are creating form data. So I'm going to paste this here also, and then here you can be able to see now we have this AP, because we are creating our staff ID with this AP here, and also now we can be able to use now this staff ID here that we are generating randomly. And here also we can be able to see we are generating a number that is 4-digit. That's why you can see here we are taking math.random, and then we can be able to multiply it by 10,000, and then we can add 1 here at the end. So here the other thing that you can see that we are doing is we are creating this a variable that is called form data, and this is the one that will help us also to just be able to correct files in the correct form. So because if we try to correct the files without using this form data, we won't be able to get them in the right format. So that's why we are using this form data. So the other thing now is to now push our code to our backend so that it can be saved to our database. So also I want to change this from staff ID, or from ID here to now staff ID, because we had already changed in this part above, like above here. So now you can see we don't have like ID here. So I'm going to remove this one here. Actually we can just leave it like ID. So let me leave it like ID here, and then now from here we'll be able to, because this is a function here, we can be able now to create or to do try catch. And this one here, in this try here, we are going to be able now to save our this data to our database. So I'm going to add here this to be async, and then here we are going to use await. So because this will be asynchronous data. So the other thing that I want also to make sure that we are getting it right is files. So before we save our data to our database, what we also need to do is to make sure we loop through our files and then be able to save those files one by one. So here I'm going to do 4, and then we are going to loop. So here this is let 1, and then we are going to set it to 0, and then here also I'm going to do I, which will be needed to be less than files dot length, and then we are going to increment, so I, and then plus here, and inside here we can be able now to create a form data also. So this form data, we are going to append the data in the data that is our document, and then we are going to call them files as we are pushing it to our backend, and this we are going to give it to be files, and then here we can be able to get this from now files, and then we are going to use these square brackets here, and then this I, which we are getting here as a variable when we are looping. So now what we need to do is push our code to our backend, and to do that, what we are going to do is that we are going to do await, and then I'm going to just use public request. So right now I cannot be able to see public request here, so I'm going to import it manually. So let me come here up here, and then I'm going to import public request. So this is public request from. Now let me import it from this file here that we are calling request methods. So let me look for this up here. So this is request methods. You can see we have these request methods, and now we can be able to use public requests down here now. So public request, and then this time this also will be post, and we want to access the route that we are calling out, and then this is out here, and then register. And here also we need to send the form data now. So this form data here, we are not going to just send one field at a time. We are going to combine all the fields and then send it, even the documents. So this is form data here. And the other thing that we need also to add in this case, because we are also sending like this document, what we also need to do is to add here something in our headers. So in our headers here, we need to just add another thing here. This is, we are going to call it content, and this content here, we are going to, it would be content type. So this is content type here. So this is content type. So let me add it here. This is content type, and then this one also will be like multi. We are going to use multipart, and then here is the form data, form, and then data, like that. So this is, you must add this, because if you don't add this, this will not be added, or will not be able to send that data in our backend in the right format. So let me first of all format this code, because we have a lot of spaces. And then after this, now what also we can be able to do is we can console log here our error, if we have error here, like that. And now from this, now we can be able to send this data into our backend, or to our backend, and then save it to our database. So the other thing also that we can be able to do, we can use similar method to just save our client also to our database. So let me go to this new client here, and the other thing that I need also to do is to create those variables up here. Before that, I need also to import useState. So import useState from React. So you can see here we have useState here, and then I'm going to also take these variables here. So we have all these variables here also, because they are similar to the ones that we had in our stuff. So let me paste it here. So I need also to remove this email, because we are not going to have email, but we are going also to have like end date and start date. So here also we need to add other fields, because in our client we have other fields. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it down here, so that we are going to save some time. So this one will be, let me check. So here we are going to have DOB, which is date of birth, and then this will be set DOB. So set DOB, we have also another thing that we are calling start date. So let me paste down here. In this one, we are going to call it start date. So start date, and then here also we are going to have set start date. So we are going to have set start date here. The other thing also, we are going to have end date. So this is end date here. So I'm going to add end date, and then this one also will be like the same, will be set end date, like that, like that. And also here we are going to have another field that we are going to call it disk or description. So this one will be for the notes. So I'm going to just add it here. So description or disk, and that is the short name. So because I don't want to type the whole name description, so this is set description. So let us also add NDIS number. So this is NDIS number here. We have NDIS number, and then here we'll have set NDIS number, like that. So I don't think we need to add any other field because we don't have any other field here. So these are okay. So the other thing is now to get our data from our fields. So for example, here we are going to use, in our username here, we are going to use this on change, the same we were doing with our stuff. So here is we get the event, and in here also we are going to do set username, like that one, and then we can take e.target and then dot value, like that. And then also we are going to copy this on change here, and then I'm going to use it in the other fields like full name. So this one we are going to also call this full name, set full name. So this is full name here. You can be able to see the auto completion. And then the other thing is phone number here. So I'm going to paste this down here, and then this one will be for the phone. So set phone here. So this one you can be able to see auto completion. We have address. We are going to add the address here. So this one is set address. So you can be able to see set address, and actually we have misspelled. This one should be address. So let me also change up here. So set address, let me check where the address is. It is here. So let us remove one add and then add D. So the other thing is also we need to add here the on change event in the start date. So this one is set start date, like that. Also for the end date here, so we have also to add it. So this one is start date, and then also here we need to add the end date. So this one is for end date. So this is end date here, set end date, like that. And then we have the NDIS number. So this one is paste it here, and then here is set NDIS number. And then also I'm going to use DOB here. So this is set DOB. So DOB here, like that. So we have also the notes here, but this one will be disk or description. So paste it here. This one will be description. So this is set disk, like this one here. And again, we also need to set the gender here. So this one will be gender, set gender here. So set gender. So also I'm going to do this for this input here. So set gender also for female gender. And also here in others, for others here also I'm going to do the same. So this one here is set gender also. So set gender, like that. So we have now this, the other part here, and this part here is client's document, and we do the same. So this one we need to also add the here we need to add this on change, but this time here this will be files, and then here I'm going to do e.target. So here I cannot be able to see set files, so let me check if we have set file. Actually I did set file or rather than set files. So this one will be e.target and then set files. You can see this one here, and then you can be able to see also we have active here. We are going to just leave it like that, and here on the button I'm going to use another event that we are calling on click. So this is on click here, and this one will be handle click event. So this I'm going to just copy it, and also I'm going to create this function, because when you click this button this will be able to send the data to our backend, so that also it can be saved to our database. So this is const, we have this handle click, and then this one here will be like this function, and then what we'll do is that I'm going to add this as an event here, and also I'm going to do e.prevent default, so that we are not reloading this page when we click on that button by default. So I think also we need also to do the form of the data or form data. So let us copy everything that we have here, like this form data here, because right now we are not going to create the password. Clients don't have the password because they are not going to just log in into a system, at least not for this time. So this is form data here. Also we are not having like this staff ID, so copy this, and then the same that we did with our stuff. So I'm going to form data here. So this is username. I'm going to just remove this password, and also emails, we don't need to have those. And then we have now also to remove this staff ID here. So let me copy this. So I'm going to copy this gender here, and I'm going to add several form data here. The first one is start date. So start date here, and this one we are getting it from start date. So start date like that. Also we are going to have end date. So this is end date here, end date, and here we need to have end date also. So this is end date. We are going to have NDIS number. So this one is NDIS number, and also this one is NDIS number, NDIS number like that. And then also I'm going to have DOB or date of birth. So this is NDIS, or this is DOB like that. And then here we are going to have like DOB like that. So I think this is okay. Now we have all of this, and also we need now to get the files, or to just be able to get all the files, to loop through all the files that we are going to have. And to do this I'm going to copy this here, and then append them as files. So let me copy this. It's the same as what we were doing with our stuff. So here is can be able to see all this. And then let me also have like notes, because also I forgot to add notes here. So this is copy this form data here, and then paste this down. So this one will be disk. So this is description, and also here will be disk or description. So after this, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do try catch. So the same, I'm going to add here async. So because this is a synchronous function, and then after this one here I can be able to do try catch. So I'm going to copy everything here because this is the same, So this is, we are going to try catch here. So I'm going to copy this and paste it down here also. But we are going to, first of all, we are going to import this public request. So public request from methods, from this, for these methods here, request methods. So let me just import it. Let me first of all also make sure that I have imported it. So after this, now also we are going to change the route here, because this one will be, route will be client or clients. So this one is clients, and then we can be able to post this data here from our clients, and then you can be able to see also everything is the same. And also the other thing that I can do is that when we add this client successfully, we can be able to do window and then location, and then here we need to do reload. Reload here, we call this function reload, and I'm going also to do this for the staff. So here, so after this, now we can be able to see this data, and then we have one thing that we need to do also from our backend. We need to do one thing, which is to add another file or a package that will help us to upload the files to our server, and this package is called Multer. So let me also save this. So I'm going to navigate to our backend folder here. So this is backend. We are going to go to first thing first, because you can see here we have files here. This is where we are going to upload our files, because we are going to upload our files into this server, and the same will happen if you want to upload it to the live server or virtual private server when you're uploading this full stack application. So let me first of all also format this code, and then now, because we have files here, the first thing that we need to do is to make this file static, because also we are going to be able to access the files that are in this folder here from our backend. So we can navigate to this index.js here. So here we need to make these files or this folder here static. So to do that, we need to come here into these routes here, or even before we get to routes, we need to do it here in middleware. So I'm going to use app.use, and here we need also to do or to specify the folder which is called files, and then here also we need to do express and then dot static here, and then inside here also we need to specify the file, the folder name, so it is files like that, and it need to be like this folder, it should be able to be located at the root of this backend folder here. So this is files, and it is in the root of this backend here. So that's why we are adding these files here. So also you can confirm if you are getting lost in the code, because already I will add this the GitHub link in the description of this video, so you'll be able to see it. So let me save this one here, and then we need also to go to our clients, so route here. So let me save this one here. So I'm going to go into routes, and here into in our client, we need to go when we are adding, or where we are adding our client here, we need to add several stuffs. So this is where we're going to do like a simple modification. So the first thing that we need to do is to install Multer. So here, because we need also to add the Multer, because Multer will help us to also be able to upload the files in our server. So what we'll do is that I'm going to add this package. So let me open another terminal here, and I'm going to also to navigate to our backend folder or our server folder. So this is, let's navigate, and then here I'm going to just do npm and then install, and then this package that we are called Multer, like that. So this one will also be imported, and also I'm going to, because you can see it is a very small package, and already it has already been installed, so I'm going to import it. So I'm going to do const and then Multer, and then the other thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to require here, and then I'm going to just get it from Multer package. So this is Multer package here. That already it has been installed. So here you can be able to see from our code here, we have already installed our Multer package. So this is Multer package. So let's use the Multer package to be able to handle the uploading of our files and the content also from our documents, and then the data also. So what we'll do is that here, first thing that we need to do is that I'll come here into this file here, and let's look at the first thing that we need to do. So the first thing that I need to do is to create this storage here. So I'm going to copy everything here. So copy this, and this one I'm going to add it here. So the first thing that I'm going to add here, let me comment this also. So I'm going to create a variable that is called storage, and also we are going to use this Multer, and then the function that is called disk storage. And you can see here this destination here is a function, and this function have this inputs here, or this argument here, request file and then cb. We are going to use cb here, and then access the files folder here. So after that, we are going to also to have file name here. So you can see we have other in this the same function here that is called disk storage. We have this object that has these two variables here also, or these are key name or the key and variable. So also you can see we have key here that is called destination, and we have also another key here that we are calling file name. So from here also you can see this is a function, but this one you can see here we have Unix suffix that we are taking as a date and then .now, and this is to make sure that every file that we are uploading, so that they should not be having like the same name, we are going to add this unique suffix here from the date.now, and this will be unique because every time that you'll be taking files from your local machine and posting it here, this will be taking different times and date. So that is it. And then the other thing is, now after that you can be able to see we are creating this here that we are calling const upload, and this is from Multer here. Then we are taking the storage and giving it also the storage. So the other thing also that I need to do here is to make sure before, when you're accessing this route, the other thing that you need to do is to make sure that here we also have upload. We have upload. So we are going to use upload here, and then this upload we are going to use the function called array, and then here also I need to use this comma here, and then this will serve as a middleware. And this here in our array here we need to add these files like that, and then as a first argument, and then I'm going to add 5 here. So this is files, and then here you can be able to see this 5. And the other thing is that also we need to just format our data again. So after this, now before we do try catch, now this is where we are going to add our, or to use this form data also again. So let us format our code again. So I'm going to copy this everything down here, so because I don't want us to waste our time uploading or creating the entire thing. So this is here, you can be able to see after now upload and arrays here, immediately what we do is that we create another variable that we are calling cost file names here, and then after that you can see rec and then request here and then the files, and then we map all those files here. So this is, we are taking file name from this file, and then we are going to use those file names and upload them to our database. So I'm going to show you when we are going to test this application how it works. So then again, also we need to have, you can see here we have this new client now, and then here, rather than doing now the client and then request body, what we need to do is we need to have new client like this one, and then actually I can just remove this here like that, and then here we can just do new client and then save, so like that. So now the other thing that I'm going to do is to format this file here, or this code, and then let us now go to out here where we are registering, because this is where also we are able to add our stuff. So what we do is the same thing. So I'm going to come here up, and then I'm going to first of all import Multer again. So this is Multer from our Multer here. So this is Multer like that, and then I'm going to first of all create the storage. So let me check here in our code, we have like a storage here, create storage and then upload. So I'm going to copy all of this, the same thing. So I'm going to paste it down here like that, and then also I'm going to do the same here, arrays. So I'm going to upload. So to do upload here, so I'm going to do upload and then array. So array here, the first argument is the file name, so or the folder name, which is files. So this is files, and then here also we need to add 5 like that. And then the other thing that we need also to do is to format our data here down here. So what I'll do is that also I'm going to copy this. This is for our stuff. So I'm going to copy this. Actually, I've done it. It is this one here. So this is what we are going to copy, and then let us paste it here like that. So let me see where the error is coming from. So this is new user here, new user, and you don't have new user here. Actually have pasted it twice. I think that's the problem. So I'm going to remove this like that. So let me see now. Yeah, the error has gone. So the other thing is that also we need to change here some things. So this is new user here, save. I think this is okay. So we are not going to change anything here. So actually this also I can be able to remove this because we are not going to use it. So then that is how we are going to add the files plus the data from our admin dashboard and be able to save them into our database. So the other thing that I need to do is to just format this file. So format, and then also here you can see we have register and then create. So we can just remove this register here like that, and then I can be able to use it here. So let me use it here as the comment here. So I'll just be typing it. So register like that. So I think now I have done pretty everything that I wanted to do in this video. So I'm going to finish this video right here because I think this video has become too long. So in the next video also we are going to continue with our or we are going to finish with our admin dashboard by being able to print the data in PDF format, and then we'll move on to integrate our backend now to our front end. and then we'll be able to finish with this project. So remember to subscribe, like this video, and also I'll see you in the next video.